States and Minorities Appendices by Babasaheb Ambedkar. Appendix 1. Explanatory Notes. Article 2, Section 4. Part 2. Clause 1. This is not a new demand. Clause 9 of Pune Pact guarantees that an adequate sum shall be earmarked for the education of the scheduled castes. It does not define the quantum. All that the demand does is to define the quantum of liability the states should take. In this connection, reference may be made to Section 83 of the Government of India Act 1935, which relates to the education of the Anglo-Indians and Europeans, and to the grants made to the Aligarh and Banaras Hindu universities by the central government. Clause 2. This is a new demand but is justified by circumstances. At present, the Hindus live in the village and the untouchables live in the ghettos. The object is to free the untouchables from the tradition of the Hindus and the thraldom of them. So long as the present arrangement continues, it is impossible for the untouchables either to free themselves from the yoke of the Hindu or to get rid of their untouchability. It is a close knit association of the untouchables with the Hindus living in the same village which marks them out as untouchables and which enables the Hindus to identify them as being such. India is admittedly a land of villages, and so long as the village system provides an easy method of marking out and identifying the untouchable has no escape from untouchability. It is the system of the village plus the ghetto which perpetuates this system of untouchability, and the untouchables therefore demand that the nexus should be broken, and the untouchables, who are a matter of fact socially separate, should be made separate geographically and territorially also, and be settled into separate villages exclusively of untouchables, in which the distinction of the high and the low, and of touchable and untouchable, will cease to exist. The second reason for demanding separate settlement arises out of the economic position of the untouchables in the village. That their condition is most pitiable, no one will deny. They are a body of landless laborers who are entirely dependent upon such employment as the Hindus may choose to give them, and on such wages as the Hindus may find it profitable to pay. In the villages in which they live and cannot engage in any trade or occupation, for owing to untouchability, no Hindu will deal with them. It is therefore obvious that there is no way of earning a living which is open to the untouchables so long as they live in a ghetto as a dependent part of the Hindu village. This economic dependence has also other consequences besides the condition of poverty and degradation which proceeds from it. The Hindu has a code of life which is a part of his religion. This code of life gives him many privileges and heaps upon the untouchable many indignities which are incompatible with the dignity and sanctity of human life. The untouchables all over India are fighting against the indignities and injustices which the Hindu, in the name of their religion, have heaped upon them. A perpetual war is going on every day in every village between the Hindu and the untouchable. It does not see the light of day. The cause of their freedom is the eyes of the world, and the Hindu press is not prepared to give it publicity lest it should injure the cause of their freedom in the eyes of the world. The existence of a grim struggle between the touchable and the untouchable is, however, a fact. Under the village system, the untouchable has found himself greatly handicapped in his struggle for freedom and honorable life. It is a contest between the Hindus, who are economically and socially strong, and the untouchables, who are economically poor and numerically small. That the Hindu most find himself in suppressing the untouchable is due to the many causes. The Hindus have the police and the magistracy on their side. In a quarrel between the untouchables and the untouchables will never get protection from the police and justice from the magistrate. The police and the magistracy naturally love their class more than their duty. But the chief weapon in the armoury of the Hindu is economic power, which they possess over the poor untouchables living in the village. The proposal may be dubbed escapism, but the only alternative is perpetual slavery. The end.